Hello, targeted individuals. It's Mike. I'm up at 5:51. I got up at 5:30 this morning, Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to get working on a lot of stuff today. Um, just to let you guys know, for alpha males, sigma males, not that are not self-proclaimed, they know. You know when you're an alpha male. It's just a feeling that you get, and the rest of society hates you. There's videos all the time how, alpha males, sigma males, just basically are just men that they don't say that about themselves. I'm not even saying that about myself. They just get it done, man. And they have, what they have to say is usually highly valuable. Okay. And what they bring to the table is way bigger than and more than average, than what the average douchebag is going to talk about. Because they're going to sugarcoat everything. That's why I cut all the fake friends off. One of them was trying to act like he was giving me constructive criticism when he was bashing me every time he could. And that's when I noticed the gang stalking was coming in, man. The people being completely fake to your face and talking shit behind your back because they saw that you were excelling, man. That's what it is. Keep excelling. F- Fuck the haters. Forget about them. Have your protocols like me and this other dude have talked about. Several other people have talked about. Have your protocols. Have your, call to actions set up, predetermined for the gaslighting, so that doesn't go far or at all. You just walk. Most of the time when they do it, I just walk away from them, or I put in my headphones, or I already have headphones in before I go somewhere, so that way when they do talk to me, I pretend like I can't hear them. That's just I make them. I'm Since they're gonna gaslight, I'm just like, well, I'm gonna make you repeat your gaslight like 20 different times before I can actually hear you with my headphones on. Forcibly medicated, chief. You're sick in the head. You despise. You're despicable of something that should not be despicable. Okay, do you look at the cause of why someone might be financially struggling, or might be financially um, distraught? It's because you tortured and beat. You people are the very same criminals that have tortured and beaten people without even touching them. You don't have to beat someone up and torture their life to ultimately screw them. You can do a lot of different things, and that's what targeted individuals are experiencing. They're experiencing the backlash from society, not feeling welcome in society, man. Pardon me. I had to live out of a. I've had thoughts of living out of RVs and going across the country. Well, you know, I can get there soon and get that amount, but I'm not going to say when. But I'm in the middle of a move right now. So for Chief Eternal that doesn't know me, dumbass, I don't care what you're saying. You don't know me personally. You think your 14-year-old has achieved more than me. Well, not really. What does your 14-year-old do? We could get really personal about this if we wanted to. But I mean, you don't want to go there, because if you do, you're going to look dumb doing it. And the only reason you think that you look better is because the material shit that you own and have, probably. If you're not a bot and you're not a pro feminist and you're not a transvestite that wants to get on YouTube and piss people off and get mad at me, I'm not mad at you. You don't make me mad. I just ignore people like you, man. So even mentioning you on this video is a waste of time and breath and energy, space and time. But dude, the dumbass perps that, and a lot of them are pro feminists. You notice? Haven't you noticed that their traits are pro feminazi? I call them feminazis because they are just so gung ho, man. With get the rainbow flag, uh, and off Browder Post got the rainbow flag, and then I'm looking at it like, what happened to the American way, man? What happened when I was a kid, when we were real Americans? That was the last, like, the real American kids that, I mean, these kids now, I mean, they're okay. I mean, a lot of them are PTSD, man, because of this COVID. Statistics have, quote unquote, shown probably that PTSD has gone up. and shown that, kids have, done things that, they weren't supposed to do, and and that they were doing. But um, you have to, dude, keep going, man. Ignore what they're saying. They're haters. You got haters because you're doing right. You're doing the right thing. People hate you also for doing a lot of offensive, a lot of wrongful stuff, but that's what they're trying to say, play it off as, for with me personally, and probably with you. They'll say, you're an offensive terrorist. I got called a gay terrorist one time by one of them. That was like all they could come up with was you're a gay terrorist. I'm like, really? That's the best you got? Yeah, that's the lowest blow that you're gonna take. That's fake as hell. It didn't even shake me or offend me at all. But you'll notice that the harder you go in the paint, the more time you put in, the more effort you put in, everything. Coinbase still doesn't want to give me my money that they owe me. They are being a pain in my ass at this point. I'm just going to say it. Coinbase is being a pain in my ass. There you go. The little dudes that work over the phone there, I mean, you'll notice in most of the retail establishments around this part of town, around all this part of town, most of the people are soft. The dudes that work retail, most of them are homosexual, and I'm not against them. I'm just saying this is the movement that's going on. Um, you know, you see, I've seen almost everyone at Meyer admits to be openly to being a Satanist or being involved with witchcraft. One of my old so-called friends, um, said he's like, I don't care if I'm responsible for someone's death. I'll answer to that in the next life. He told me that. He also told me how a series of there's what if it were possible to have a series of code that would actually have your body floating down the White River into in a suit inside of a suitcase. I was like, well, that's probably real. I actually probably know that algorithms. Some people speculate and say that this is a supercomputer placing people into situations, spewing and shooting out sloppy notifications to people about people like me, lying about us, saying that that guy, stay away from him. He's a chomo. He's that's what they call it. He's a child molester. That's a total lie. Sex offender, total lie. And I don't know what they're saying, but none of that shit's true. And I'm just letting you know. If I see you say that in front of me, I'm gonna break your I'm gonna fricking break your teeth. I'm gonna beat you up, man. If you say that in front of me, that's why all these little pussies, man, won't say shit in front of my face. And if they do, they know what they're dealing with. They know what they're about to get themselves into. So, bro, you don't scare me. I'm not afraid of you. Do I look like I'm afraid of you? Like I said, bullet doesn't discriminate. And I'm not being hostile. I'm not being volatile. I've had death threats a couple times made against me. I've actually had glass placed in my food by, I'm pretty sure, a family member that was trying to kill me. There's a cause number on that. He was about to come out there. The only reason I didn't, because at the time, again, I don't want to go into it though too much on that one. He was going to come out, but then I'm like, no, don't do it. I need to stay here for the time being. And every time I start investing money and I make any sort of profit, like thousands or hundreds, and then it turns into thousands, and then it turns into a couple or a few thousand, and then usually when I hit that couple to a few to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, they usually want to get on me and throw me in jail. Years ago, a study said that like less than 70% of Americans have a like few thousand saved up. I believe that. I really do believe that. Um, Kind of going back and forth with the targeting is spiritual for sure, because sometimes there's just no reason, man, to why you're getting the shitty responses at, say you're going through a drive-through McDonald's, the person who answered, was fine. But as soon as they see you, they're like, oh no, what do you want? That's what they said. What do you want? Like, bitch, you're taking my order. Take the food. And I don't call women bitches, by the way, but this one pissed me off. And I was just thinking to myself, she's on her high horse, you know. A lot of these illegals want to come to our country and work at our retail or our establishments, take jobs from just saying white men or whatever, men away. And, we're just expected to just do something else while they take our jobs away. That's fine. You guys can go mow lawns and do whatever you want to do, but um, I get, man, I don't care if people hate on me. I'm not racial at all. I'm not racist at all. None of that shit. So the people that make crap up about me don't know what they're talking about. They're hating on me. Why are you really hating on me, dude? Because I'm better looking than you? Because I'm probably smarter than you? Because I take care of myself? You know, what is it? It's probably most of those things. Most of those three primary categories. Most of the perps that I look at that even drive luxury cars are still uglier than I am and probably still not as smart. And they think that they are, man, because they work in corporate America and they're privileged or, they don't get effed with and they work with all these, beta. If it's not, they're not gay, they're either beta male, pixie cut, lesbian, or they're pro feminists that are in charge, that are being held, or Satanists that are working in corporate America that all promote the same thing: no restriction, no restriction. Get rid of empowered individuals that are good people that really actually have a backbone and a foundation and a structure to not only their body, to their mind, to their soul, to their spirit, and could be their bank account. But you can see why that you can be rich in the spirit, and they think they're rich in the spirit. They're not. They're dull. The perps, man, are dull as hell when I look at them. You literally have to dumb it down like 20 notches, depending on who you're talking to. Maybe a couple. They're a little bit smarter. And you have to dumb it down for people, man, so that they can understand on a very primitive level what you're talking about. I mean, I've gotten ridiculed by CVS over there on 161st and Spring Mill. The staff there is terrible. I'm just gonna say it like it is. Terrible. Some of these companies with their phone support is trash. I don't know how you people even. And then you look at our government and they hire idiots that to work for Social Security and work for the IRS. Total complete idiots. I mean, the dumbest of the dumb that are probably illegal immigrants that work at some of these mental health hospitals that can't even understand English or speak English. They smell like shit. And I tell them straight up, dude, you need to go take a shower, dude. I mean, go take 5 showers, and here I'll throw you my deodorant in my property, and you can have it. You can. It wasn't even used, man. Just take it. I keep seeing this dude, family friend, over at Meyer all the time over there, where those so-called Satanists and people that say they're from the Church of Hell and Satan, lesbian that was in charge over there. It's laughable, man. I laugh at it, and they take it so serious because they know that what side they're serving, and you're offending them when you're saying, you're not serving the kingdom of dark, you're, the sluttiness of darkness, and you're just not as big a slut as we are. You need to join our team or get the f out. That's how they act. They just want to bully people around. It's like, yeah, you can, you're fucking over the top, overt approach that they used to do on me doesn't happen anymore. I don't put myself in those situations, but actually, when I was with one of the perp ex, wannabe fake girlfriends, that's an illegal. Her mom's an illegal immigrant. That's before I turned red pill when I was dating this girl. Um, But then I turned red pill and I started to see the inconsistencies in her life. She has a coffee mug that straight up says pretending to work. She's able to, you'll notice that a lot of perpetrators and pro feminists, man or woman, doesn't matter, they're beta male people. And another guy's channel I like a lot is Matt Cross. He talks a lot about the false expectations. Get real, just be real with yourself, be real with your situation. Um, don't sugarcoat shit a whole lot. I mean, with kids, yeah, sugarcoat it. But sometimes kids need to know the truth, man. I mean, because it's going to cut out a lot of distraction. They never taught you how to do your taxes in high school. So anyone that's having their hand held like that, it's because you're never taught. Or in college, probably. College, there's not one college that teaches anyone, I mean anyone, how to become an entrepreneur. There are none. I've done that, and I dropped out of college to do that, and I got heavily ridiculed in a small town. Again, a very small town vibe with kind of eyes are on you because they see you advancing, they see what you're wearing. I buy new clothes all the time, even though I'm targeted. I don't care. I'm gonna look fresher than the perps, man. They hate it, and I look better in that shit. My haircut, everything, my facial structure, my high cheekbones. You guys are fat, pudgy, and ugly little fucking douchebags. Go pound your chickens. You're not 220 pounds, built like Mike Tyson. You, no, I am. You people are not what you say you are. Okay, I'm gonna get in that weight room now, and I'm not gonna feel afraid or ashamed of you people. You people do not frighten me. You don't scare me. Death does. I am not fearing Satan. I don't fear death. I don't fear, um, false incarceration that they've done to me. They keep doing it. That's why I'm leaving this town and then seeing what happens. And I know that a lot of the same stuff is going to happen. They're going to follow you, or they'll have people set up and notified. Hey, whenever this guy starts ringing whatever, or they have cameras or whatever, no, they run your license plate anywhere. That's why there's cameras everywhere. Not just because so people get robbed. We're using them now so they can ruin lives, so they can corner people, so they can literally have someone become an unsolved mystery. If you've seen that show, Unsolved Mysteries, that's what I'm talking about, man. I mean, that's what happens to some target. I think some of those people were targeted into TIs, targeted individuals, people being profiled and harassed by their local community, shoved with pitchforks out of their local community, and no one believes it. And then finally, my father said this. He said, I've had a conversation. I don't talk to him very much anymore because last thing he texted me was this. He said, "Don't text me or call me when you're walking down the side of the street." And when I was in New Day in that place, and I told them about this, they took down the information because they work with Community North Hospital, which is a crooked mental health facility, probably one of the most crooked. They deserve to be shut down or restructured altogether. I mean, the staff there is haphazard. Most of them don't know what they're talking about. They're all liars. None of them are, if they're awake, they're either just so stupid and awake. I think some of them really care and they're just stupid but oblivious, but they have a good heart. But nonetheless, they're stupid and oblivious, so they'll still get devoured for what they're doing to great people, to the chosen ones. Um, the mental health thing happens whenever I start working out, I start doing normal stuff. Someone wants to make a false accusational gaslight and then they turn those in. They're turning those into police reports, man. Literally, they have turned gaslight police reports and used them against me and leveraged everything else they could while I'm just minding my own and you know working out, doing my work, working from home. I've been working from home way before COVID. I kind of saw where this was. I knew where this was going. I didn't know COVID. I mean, the Bible does talk about famine and what have you. I'm going to get more into biblical stuff tonight and today. Thinking about getting a different version though. And you have extremist people in churches that'll participate. You think you're safe at a church, sometimes you're not. You think that there's not Satanists or people that are evil, people that'll go in there and do that, these kinds of things. They do that. I've been there was one church where they just disrespect people. Now, I'm not saying all churches, but I'm saying there's a lot of inconsistencies even in religion, and you sometimes wonder and step back. I stepped back a few days ago. I said, was it all just a lie, just to get us to not do certain stuff and to not attain certain qualities? Was it just a live restriction of mind and thought? No, it's not, because I've been saved, physically saved from death, from this many different times. I've almost died, man, like 20, 30 different times. I've almost been killed, lived through all of them. Barely. Sometimes I was bleeding, but I got through it, man. And of course it wasn't fun. It sucked. So with that, I'm gonna get out of here. You guys have a good one, and stay alpha, stay sigma. Male, if you're a male or female, you can be alpha or sigma. In my eyes, there's alpha females, there's alpha males, and but I'm saying they really are getting on this. They hate alpha males in the workplace and retail. They hate. I got this over even when I worked for a call center representative. I was nailing everything on point. I mean, I was just getting it. I was on the top of my leaderboard several different times for like 2 months straight. I was on the very top of the leaderboard of the top people selling. Okay, I from home, and I was off script. I was no cap off script. With that, I'm gonna go, guys. Bye.